by one of my friends working in Gobi Arts and Science College, Dr. S. Ponnarasu, an Associate Professor of Economics. So, good evening everybody again. Let me go to the presentation. This is the topic I have chosen to speak for about 70 minutes. There will be definitely a Q&A for 10 to 15 minutes. I will invite questions from you. Even during the course of the presentation, you can start chatting in the chat box. I will be able to watch it very closely, and then and there I will try to answer your queries. The topic, research and publication ethics, is a very common topic. Research scholars will undergo a separate course on research and publication ethics. Almost all the universities, they have a stipulation on making the research scholars to undergo a separate course on research and publication ethics. So it's a very common thing for almost scholars from every discipline, research and publication ethics. So since it's a very common topic, majority of the participants, you know, around the 50 to 60 or 70% of the things very clear. Then who am I to tell you, and what is that to tell you? These are the questions in your mind, I know. So I have some 5 objectives in my mind to speak today. Number 1, to provide you an increased awareness about research, about publication ethics. Number 2, the various types of publication misconduct. Publication misconduct primarily occurs in one particular area, that is plagiarism. So I will focus more on plagiarism. Number 3, I will list out the reasons for publication misconduct. There are some 5 to 6 specific reasons. If you know the reasons, definitely the scholars who are listening to me right now, you will avoid it. Definitely. Number 4, I am here to throw light on the consequences of publication misconduct. What will happen if you keep on violating the ethics, research ethics? What will happen? If you know them very clearly, definitely you will keep yourselves away from publication misconduct. So number 5, that is the major part of my presentation, to sensitize the young researchers here about the general and ethical requirements to avoid publication misconduct. So our scholars are, in my view, our scholars are primarily suffering from publication misconduct. And that is why they are struggling. They are struggling to make both the ends meet. They are unable to complete their research within the period, within the time slot given by the university. Most of them go for an extension. So with these 5 objectives in my mind, I take you through the presentation. Let me go with the present point, objective number 1. To increase your awareness on just the 2 things. One is research, the other is publication ethics. What is research? What is research? Almost the participants here all are research scholars. Those who completed and got awarded their degree, and those who are in the process of completing their research, prosecuting their research. Almost there are 149 participants here. Definitely, apart from the teachers, there must be around 90 to 100 research scholars. What is research? Look at the first definition I have taken from the brochure, FDP brochure provided by Gobi Arts and Science College. The very first paragraph on the second page of the brochure, it says like this, I quote, "Research is a creative and systematic process of inquiry aimed at discovering new knowledge." Definitely. It is aptly quoted by the FDP organizers, organizing team, and R&D cell director. I appreciate them, all of them, at this point of time. I quote the words, because it impressed me very much. So I take cue from them. I move on to the second para. Research is defined as the creation of new knowledge. What are you going to do? Look at the companies around, whether Google or Wipro, any other company, any car company for that matter. Their R&D department is very, very important. Research and development department. What is happening here? They are doing research. What are they researching? They are trying to find something new. That newness will be introduced in the form of a new version of the car. What is happening in Google? Every now and then there is an update. What is happening in your handheld mobile device? There is an update every month, every week. These are all the outcomes of the research, ongoing research. Generally, human beings are essentially researchers. We keep on researching for creating something new, finding something new. In academic field, you are heading for creation of new knowledge, or you would like to add something to the existing knowledge. Dr. Saravanan sir. Miss Kritika, Miss Kritika from KSRCT.
Participants, please unmute yourself, mute yourself. Participants, please see to that you are muted.
Miss Kritika from KSRCT. Can you please mute yourself?
Remove the participant, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Saravanan sir, can I proceed?
Yeah, yes, sir. You can proceed now.
Okay, sir. Okay. Closely watch it, sir. If somebody is switching on, then you mute them or you keep them away, sir. Yes, I go with the second paragraph. So, as researchers, you are very much interested in finding something new, or you would like to add some newness to the existing knowledge. So, through that, if you arrive at new concepts, new methodologies, new understanding, a new way of doing something. And some of you go to the extent of publishing your finding in the form of a patent. Some of you go for copyright. It depends on the thing that you find out. So there is a very systematic process involved in research. So we proceed from different angles. We have our own ways of carrying out the research, and there are types of research. Number one, applied research. Take for example, this is a scientific study to find out the solutions for some specific problems. For example, we come across a lot of labor shortage in agriculture. So that is the base for finding out a machine for doing harvesting. So it is from the scientific field. So a machine was invented, and now the machine is doing the job. And it doesn't mean that it has taken away the employment opportunities for the laborers. No, it is there. Wherever it is required, the machines are used. Wherever it is not required, even now the manual harvesting is going on in a place like Tanjore, my native. Number two, applied research involves in treating or curing some specific diseases. Take for example, during the 2019 and 20, when you and me were facing COVID-19 situation, many pharmaceutical companies, they were vying with each other to find out a suitable antidote vaccine. There were many companies. Actually, to produce a vaccine, it takes a lot of time. They have been moving heaven and earth for about 18 months. So in between, the trial versions came. Somehow, fortunately, we are able to move through the COVID-19 situation, and now we are all alive. So second type of research, basic research. We try to understand men and matters. Take, for example, the case of properties of matter. So in physics, we try to understand what is a particle, what is a proton, what is an electron. These are all coming under basic research. To do what? To understand things in a proper way. So in basic research, we embark on scientific investigation. This is an addition to our existing knowledge to understand things in a better way. Number 3, correlational research. So in medical field, for example, we try to find out the relationship between behavior and a particular disease. If somebody is not moving much, that people may be suffering in later years from muscular atrophy. Likewise, so what is the correlation between obesity and diabetes mellitus? So all the people who are obese, they are proved to have diabetes. So if you are carrying out such research, it comes under correlational research. It can be done in social science. It can be done even in commerce. Correlational research. Then there is a branch called descriptive research. It provides an accurate portrayal of characteristics of a particular individual, situation, or a group. So if you have a close look at books on Malala, so Malala became a celebrity in a particular year when she was trying to tell the world what happened there in her life. So when people started trying to know more about that individual, they describe. There were many documentaries, there were many biopictures, there were many books on Malala. And she herself wrote a book, I Am Malala. If you are closely studying somebody and trying to know more information about the individual, it becomes a descriptive research. And ethnographic research. If you are very much interested in a particular culture, particular country, particular region, particular set of people, and you want to go there and you want to do research on them, it becomes ethnographic research. You can visit the tribals at Andaman. You can visit a set of people, a group of people in Japan, to know them, to know more about their way of life, to know how they lead a very happy life and very long life. There are people with the age of 120, 126. It's very common in Japan. So if you go there, if you interact with them, if you record everything, it becomes a research, ethnographic research. And number 6, experimental research. This is more of science oriented. Experimental researches are very objective, very systematic. It's a very controlled investigation. So why do we do this? In order to arrive at a particular prediction. So we go on doing experimental research in order to make things better. So this is primarily involved in almost all the fields, primarily in medical field, clinical trials, and even in English language teaching, even in social sciences also. Certain type of behavior can be tested through an experimental research. We have a controlled group and we have a general group. The control group will be given the opportunity, your idea to be implemented will be tested through the control group, and there is another group which is not a control group. So you carry that forward and you arrive at your findings. So exploratory research. So this study will be carried out to find a solution for a particular problem which is not clearly defined, and you are trying to arrive at a clear definition. And it involves a lot of data collection, and it involves a lot of methods, and you need to select certain parameters. For example, this can be compared with exploring the opportunities in online marketing, and exploring various aspects in online projection of data. So exploratory research, you will keep on exploring. Primarily, you may have some plan. You may have some plan to visit around 500 sites, but when you started doing that, you will go for 1,000. So exploratory research will take more time, but it will yield you a better result. And historical research, it's a very old thing, but even now it is relevant. We look back and we try to know about the past to understand the present. So when we understand what happened in the past and what was the mastery of Tamil people during 1,000 years ago, and how did they build all the dams, all the irrigation system, it makes us wondering. And at that time, without any engineering course, they did all engineering marvels. And their architecture through the existing temples, it makes us flabbergasted. Almost we are taken aback. So when we understand the past, now we are able to give a purpose, give a meaning to the present. So this is historical research and quantitative research, a very commonly done research. We rely on numbers. Quantitative research primarily involves data collection, and the data, how it is interpreted, how it is analyzed through some statistical package. It happens in science, and it happens in social science, it happens in commerce, quantitative research. And then qualitative research. So when you cannot quantify something mathematically, so you need to carry out qualitative research in order to understand it comprehensively. You need to understand it comprehensively. So you need to carry out a qualitative research that will provide you an in-depth understanding. So these 7 or 8 types of research carried out by the researchers throughout the world is very common, and there are more types also. So this is only a sample or select types. So now let me throw light on the 8 phases, 8 stages in research. It may be experimental, or it may be quantitative, or it may be qualitative. Generally, a researcher follows all these 7, 8 stages. So you identify a problem and you try to define the problem. In the form of defining the problem, you write your research proposal. So in order to carry forward, you arrive at the 3rd stage. You are developing a theoretical framework. So your research is going to be on a particular theory. What is it? You are naming it. And then you are hypothesizing your own research, and you study a lot of already carried out research in the form of literature review, and then you are finding out the research gap. So far, these are the aspects covered, these are the aspects already carried out by researchers, and this one particular aspect is missing. So that is your research gap. This is at number 4. And number 5, your research design is created by you. You arrive at the research design, you have a plan, and how are you going to carry it forward? Are you going to rely on any questionnaire? Are you going to rely on any interview? Are you going to meet how many people, and what is the sample? If it is a scientific research, how much of experiment time will be allocated, and how much of time you are going to spend on the samples that you are going to have. So at the sixth stage, data collection, it will consume a lot of time. Maybe to arrive at the sixth stage, you must have spent around 1.5 years. So now you are at the middle part of your research, and then data analysis. You rely on some of these softwares available both for scientific study and social science studies. And for literature, we rely on our own methodology. We rely on different or a mixed method. And number 8, report writing and dissemination of findings. So here comes my topic, report writing or writing for the journal and dissemination of your findings. If you are very much interested in publishing your research papers in a reputed journal, here comes the problem of publication ethics. So far, I was touching upon what is research and different types of research. Now we are slowly entering into the topic of my presentation. So the topic of my presentation has just 3 words: research and publication ethics. What is publication? So after arriving at your research design and your data collection, your data analysis, now you are pregnant with ideas. You got something new to tell the world. You want to disseminate that information to the academic community, to the national level, to the international level. You have a feeling that you have sweated a lot and you have found out something new. So you want to send it across to a reputed journal. Academic publications are generally subject to peer review. Generally, 2 people will review it, and they will offer a lot of review comments, and they will send you a lot of queries. If you are able to answer them in a very satisfactory manner, your paper gets published. So if one or two, if you ask me, sir, without publications, can I not get my degree? You cannot get your degree. That is a mandatory condition. That is a mandatory condition, but UGC is very keen on promoting a lot of valuable, a lot of quality research. That is why UGC is recommending make all the findings be presented in the seminars and conferences and publish them in a peer-reviewed journal. Then get your degree and go away. When it says like that, but universities, they are very keen on making our scholars to publish papers in Scopus Index Journal, UGC CARE listed journals, or Web of Science journals. But you need to publish. So publication is a very, very important aspect of communicating your research. You need to communicate. Unless you tell the world, how will they know that something new has come? So they will stick on to the old thing. If you have found out a new formula, tell the world to follow the formula. Tell the merits of the formula. If you have designed something, you go for a patent, and then when you hold a patent, definitely you will receive the royalty for the patent. You can make money out of it. There are people with 10 patents, 20 patents, 30 patents in science. So when they don't tell the world, what is the use of finding something new? So I am here to share my thoughts. Likewise, when you are doing a wonderful research, you have to share your ideas, share your new ideas, share your new findings. So what is the benefit? It becomes a permanent record. So I am very proud to say that. So my researchers, some of them are attending the FDP right now. They are listening to me like you are listening to me. They have written some papers and they have been accepted by reputed publishers, and they are in the website right now. The papers are in the website. Permanently it will be there. The papers will be there as a permanent record even after my departure from this world. Imagine, we are leaving a great legacy to the world. If your contribution is voluminous, substantial, definitely you leave a message to the world that will become a springboard for other researchers to climb up, to go ahead, and they will tell something new to the world. This is how humanity is surviving. Research is very, very important, and publication is equally important. You need to publish. You need to tell the world. You need to leave a permanent record to the academic community, particularly to your discipline. So now the third word comes here. What is ethics? What is ethics? Ethics is a separate discipline which tells us about proper course of action. Ethics tells us what to be done, what not to be done. See, whenever I quote words, take from the example, what is research? I quoted the words of Gobi Arts and Science College FDP brochure. So there I have mentioned its source. Now look at here. This is a statement given by Aristotle way back some 24 centuries ago. Aristotle spoke about ethics. What is ethics? The proper course of action for man. If something is not good, man should not do that. Come on. It's a branch of philosophy. The philosophy tells us what is good and what is bad. It is a kind of obligation that we have towards others. So we cannot lead life on our own. We need to consider our own fellow beings, our own fellow human beings. So this is an obligation. This is a moral philosophy. Ethics is systematizing us. Ethics is defending us. Ethics is recommending certain right things and discarding certain wrong things. So I have given the sources there. Ethics means your character. If you don't have ethics means your character is lost. You don't have a character. Ethics, equate the word to character. Your ethics define you. If you have good ethics, you have a good character. If you have the character, you have everything. So take this word, all the young scholars here. Ethics is very much related to your character. Okay. In simpler terms, ethics are set of rules. So as a researcher, you need to follow the set of rules. So there are some three perspectives. Keep in your mind, dear young scholars here, young teachers here. I take you through the first objective right now. I have 4 more objectives to proceed. I'm slowly taking you to the particular topic, publication ethics, publication misconduct. As I told you, there is no particular prescription for it. Every individual, you need to be ethically a right individual. That is the only tablet anybody can prescribe you. Only thing you need to follow it. Number 1, moral perspective. Moral perspective to publication ethics, it means you should not provide any false or fabricated data in your research. Whether it is a scientific research or social science research or engineering research, keep in your mind, no falsification, no fabrication. Whatever you look at in your laboratory experiment should be recorded. Whatever that you gain through your questionnaire should be recorded. No falsification, no fabrication, no cooking up, no making up. Number 2, professional perspective. So it refers to not giving due credit to contributing authors. If you don't give proper credit to those who are working in the research project, then it becomes a ethical issue. You have become unethical. For example, there are 5 people working in the project, and leaving the 3 people in the team, 2 people, they are submitting a paper for publication and it got published, leaving the other 3. This is unethical. You have to mention their name also because they are part of the team. You are not giving the credit to them. Very wrong. And lot more things are there. I will touch upon it later. Number 3, legal perspective. When you violate some copyrights issue or other intellectual property rights, then you become a violator. You become unethical. So these 3 things should be followed by you as a researcher throughout your lifetime. So let me throw more light on what is research ethics. So as a researcher, your contribution is valuable to the academic community, but you have to provide your or make it known to everybody. You have to make your contribution known to everybody in a morally acceptable way. You have to make presentations, and then you have to publish, and then you have to write your dissertation or thesis, and then submit and defend your thesis in the viva voce examination and get your degree awarded and try to continue your research. These are the unacceptable ways. You cannot straight away do something in a very short period, claiming that you have arrived at a point with all false data or fabricated data. That's wrong. Number 2, there are some principles and standards. You have to follow that. Every university has some stipulation. First 6 months for coursework, 1, 2, 3. After coursework, you have to have a grounding in the area that you are reading. You need to read everything related to your research. That is the formative time. So you need to follow that. Don't be highly aspirational. You need to have formation. The formation will take time. So university is very keen on promoting quality. Recently, the chairman of University Grants Commission, Professor Jagdesh Kumar, said very clearly, those universities which are violating standards of research degree programs will be penalized and their recognition will be withdrawn. This is a statement made by our UGC chairperson. So you, as a researcher, you need to follow the principles and standards provided by the university where you are affiliated with a college. So you need to follow the research policies of the college. So universally, we have a committee called COPE. Research scholars, make a note of this. There is an international body which is known as COPE, Committee on Publication Ethics. And it is really doing a wonderful service. It is supporting editors, it is supporting publishers, journals, universities, research institutes, all those involved in publication ethics to maintain a standard. This scope is very, very active and it is providing a lot of support. And it is very closely associated with editors, publishers, reviewers. What is the business they are involving themselves? They are trying to inculcate a culture, a publication culture, where ethical standards are maintained by everybody. They are trying to make ethical standards as a normal one. I repeat again, we need to read the resources available in the website COPE, Committee on Publication Ethics. Every research scholar, you should have a close look at it. It says a lot of things. It speaks about all aspects of publication ethics. If there are some cases, if there are some unethical practices, how it has to be dealt with. They have code of ethics, they have code of conducts, they have given guidelines, and they have given some best practices guideline also. So I request all the young scholars here to have a look at it, and so that it will sensitize you. You will not violate. If you have a tendency to violate, definitely their words, their guidelines will stop you. I hope you will do that. Now I move on to the second objective. I stop here for a minute. If you have any questions related to my first objective, to throw some light on research and publication ethics, you can ask me right now. I am open for discussion, just for 1 to 2 minutes, 1 or 2 questions. Otherwise, I will be very monotonous. You can clarify your doubts. If you are unable to open the microphone, you can chat through the chat box. I am watching your messages in the chat. Yeah. If there are any questions, you can. Dr. Saravanan sir, I hope I am clear.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So one objective is completed. So before I proceed to the second objective, let me have a word with the participants. Dear participants, or you can react to me with a thumbs up or some similes, so that I can understand that you are following me and you are with me.
Yes, sir, we are following.
Okay, very good.
Yes, sir, we are listening.
Very good.
Yes,
We are
Professor,
following
we are
also.
fully understanding your presentation, Professor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There are so many responses. I feel so happy. Otherwise, okay, sir. Thank you, Rajesh Kumar sir. Thank you. I move ahead with the second point, second objective, to explain types of publication misconduct. Particularly publication misconduct, it is centered around plagiarism. So without knowing that you are copying from somebody or somebody's ideas are taken by you, you have a feeling that you have found out something new and then you are writing it. Come on. What is plagiarism? It is a deliberate or reckless representation of another's words. It is a deliberate and reckless representation. Deliberately you are doing, you are taking it away. Look at the image on the slide. I have taken the words of Dr. Kalam. Dr. Kalam's words, I quote, "All birds find shelter during a rain, but eagle avoids rain by flying above the clouds." See, the second part of the quote is very, very interesting. Problems are common, but attitude makes the difference. So like other birds, eagle is not finding a shelter, but it is going above the rain. Look at the problem solving skill of the eagle. This is a quote from Dr. Kalam. So fortunately, the name is given there. It is by Dr. Kalam. But this is given in the form of an image. See, now I would like to make use of that image. So in my PowerPoint presentation, how do I make use of it? I give them the attribution or image courtesy. So where did I get it? That website I have given here. This is the attribution everybody has to give even in your PowerPoint presentation. If a small image taken from the internet resources is given a credit, then so what will be the attribution? You have to give it for your research, for your journal writing. Imagine. Everything needs to be accounted. Make it a point hereafter, the research scholars here, the young teachers here, whenever you tend to make use of an image, you have to give the attribution. That link to the image should be given there. And this is the design, this PowerPoint design, I am getting it from Slides Go. So at the end of my presentation, I have to give that attribution. This is taken from Slides Go. This particular design is taken by me. So I have to give them courtesy. So if I don't do that, so I am involving myself deliberately in plagiarism. So certain copyrights materials are there. So after the advent of open source, we have a feeling that if it is available in the internet, it becomes an open source. No. No. It is not an open source. Open source for everybody is reading, not for using it there for their own personal purpose. So for my PowerPoint presentation, I am using it personally, not for reading. I am making use of that very powerful, interesting image here. So I have to give attribution. Remember it. I hope you will remember. All of you, particularly the young research scholars, cultivate this kind of ethical attitude from your day one of your research. Then you will become a very successful researcher. You will become an inspiration to the young researchers. So you need to represent another's words, thoughts, ideas as their own. You have to give their name. See, in all our transport facility available in Tamil Nadu, all the government buses will have a Tirukural. At the end of the second line, it will be named Tirukural. The number of the Tirukural, it will be there. That is the attribution we have to give. I hope you agree with me. You have to acknowledge the source, acknowledge the person. So plagiarism is considered very seriously. So plagiarism is the appropriation of other people's material without giving proper credit. For example, do or die. This is a famous word. This is a famous saying by Mahatma Gandhi ji. Do or die. Suppose I make use of it in my paper somewhere. I have to give that credit to Mahatma Gandhi ji. Do or die. This has become a maxim, a watchword for everybody. Do or die. In research also, you have to publish or perish. You have to publish, otherwise you will be perished. You will be nowhere. But when you want to publish, you need to be ethical. You need to be very cautious. Give credit to people. This is said by European Code of Conduct for Research Integrity. And there is another US Federal Policy and Research Misconduct. It also says like this: plagiarism is the appropriation of another's ideas, another person's results, another person's words without giving appropriate credit. If you appropriate somebody's words, somebody's findings, somebody's ideas, at least to some extent, one line or two line, that is plagiarism. Don't do that. So there are many types of plagiarism. Definitely, this will sensitize you, the young scholars here. Definitely, you will undergo a kind of introspection today. Whether I am doing this, whether I am doing that. Number one, direct plagiarism. What is direct plagiarism? A portion of someone's writing is copied word by word. A portion. For example, one paragraph from page number 14. Maybe after some 20 pages, page number 34, half of the paragraph is copied. But you are taking them word by word, almost 4 lines, 5 lines, one paragraph together. This is direct plagiarism, a very serious thing. Don't do that. You can go for paraphrasing it. You can go for the ideas, get it interpreted in your own way, and better write that version. Again, I seriously request the young scholars here, don't make use of any paraphrasing tool for your research, because it comes under the use of AI tool, artificial intelligence tool. Many research scholars you complain about the problems you face with publishing research articles. The moment you make use of any AI tool, Quillbot or anything, definitely that will be caught by the reviewer. You submit a paper to a particular international journal, and there they have all these tools available. The editorial office is sophisticated one. It has got all amenities. The moment your paper goes there, they will do a desk check. A desk check involves AI detection. The moment your paper is your journal paper is fed in a system, the system will tell that this paper has used this percentage, this amount of percentage is used in the AI tool. 33% AI tool is used. Imagine the next minute the reviewer, the editor will send a reply. Your paper is desk rejected. Desk rejected. The next day the paper will come to us again. So don't use it. You better rely on your intelligence. When it comes to intelligence, your intelligence is 1,000 times stronger in front of artificial intelligence. Believe in yourself, young scholars. Believe in yourself. As Gandhiji says, you can shake the world by sheer hard work. What is research? You are keeping on searching something. Definitely you will find out. But you need to strengthen your research. You need to strengthen your search. You will find out something new. So avoid direct plagiarism. It's a very serious thing. Number 2, self-plagiarism. We have a tendency to quote our own past papers. We keep on doing that. Our own past ideas that is already there in the database. Your published paper, which is in Scopus database, it is already available. But without giving that self-citation, you keep on including some of the points from the previous paper. This is also a very serious thing, self-plagiarism. Don't do that. Don't fight with the legal agencies. No, these are all my words, so I quoted from my paper. No, it is not allowed. It comes under self-plagiarism. Avoid it. Number 3, mosaic plagiarism. A very serious thing. Many people tend to do this. You get some very popular observations or quotes, but you are not putting them in quotation marks. If the ideas are not put under quotation marks, if the ideas are not separately shown or given some credit, then it becomes mosaic plagiarism. You are trying to hide the originality. You are trying to hide the original contributor. That's why they have a name called mosaic plagiarism. Number 4, accidental plagiarism. It happens with everybody. It happens with everybody. So here, researcher does not cite the sources or even misquotes without giving proper attribution. Sometimes you go for a change of word. Originally, it is said in a particular way, but you are altering. You are changing for your own convenience. Then it is not a quotation, it is a misquotation. So it comes under accidental plagiarism. So don't do all the 4, avoid all the 4. For example, accidental plagiarism can happen like this. Take for example, words of Mahatma Gandhiji. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. These are the words told by Mahatma Gandhiji. Somebody who makes a change in the quote, in a gentle way, you can make the world. Instead of shake the world, you use the word make the world. Then it becomes a misquote. And you are not giving the attribution to Gandhiji also, because you have a feeling that you have changed the quote. Actually, it is a misquote. Everybody knows that this is said by Mahatma Gandhiji and the word is shake. Now you have made it make. So this will form a very bad impression about you, and your paper will not be considered. So keep in your mind, for everything you need to have some kind of validation, some kind of attribution. There are so many interesting things, but you need to give attribution, give credit to the people who told you. So now, again, I keep open the hall for a couple of minutes. Now I am with the third objective. I have to move ahead with the third objective. Come on, if you have any questions, ask me. I am watching your chat also. If you want to type it in the chat, you can. Yes, dear participants. I have completed my second objective. I am about to move on to my third objective. Come on. Do you agree with me? What is your reaction? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Any clarification or question would you like to pose at this point of time? Okay. There are so many, yes, sir. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. There can be disagreement also. There can be disagreement also. You can express it maybe at the end. Use of AI then, my friend Dr. Akbar Ali from Jamal Muhammad College. My friend Dr. Akbar Ali is asking me use of AI then. Use of AI can be utilized by you for your own understanding, my dear friend. For writing purpose, it is not advisable. As I told you, your own natural intelligence is very stronger than the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, I know it functions on in a structured manner. What is fed in is provided by artificial intelligence, and it is a kind of linear thinking. But your mind, your brain can generate a lot of new ideas. Better rely on it. You read everything, you make use of all the resources which is provided by artificial intelligence, but don't take the sentences from there. It will be caught. It will be caught, it will be a serious offense. So what about the definitions and formulas in science research? Definitely, madam, to some extent they allow it. As far as my friend in Bharatdasan University research section, he tells me that certain formulas, certain ideas which are which cannot be changed is allowed. But your own interpretation, your own analysis, your own discussion, that has to be done by you, exclusively by you. Yeah. Jyoti Shekhal need more motivation to avoid AI. Definitely, Miss Shekhal, Jyoti Shekhal, I have a lot of things in my bag. Towards the end, definitely, I have got some 10 slides for you to get away from the use of AI tools. Definitely. Wait for a couple of minutes, Jyoti Shekhal. Can we do? Yes, Dr. Saktivel, you can very well do that. You have to acquire that skill. That writing is very much essential for a research scholar. Paraphrasing in your own words, that is very, very important. Yes, okay. Okay, Ms. Jyoti Sekhar. Okay, let me go to my third objective. To list the reasons for publication, Ms. Khan. There are many reasons, dear participants. There are many reasons. To name a few, look at here. People involve themselves in plagiarism. Why? Lack of awareness. Lack of awareness. So there are types of plagiarism. They do not know it. They do not know about direct plagiarism. They do not know about accidental plagiarism. They do not know about self-plagiarism. Lack of awareness. So that is one of the reasons Gobi Arts and Science College is conducting a FDP on research ethics, on quality research. It's a noble venture. My appreciation to the college authorities, the principal, R&D cell director, and the organizing committee members, everybody who is associated with FDP. It's a wonderful thing. Need of the hour. That is for a very nominal cost, 50 rupees for 5 days. Great thing. You are spreading awareness. You are spreading light. Very good. Staff members of Gobi Arts and Science College, keep going. Lack of awareness about research and publication ethics and pressure for publication. Now everywhere there is a very strong pressure from the college side, from the university side. From the college side, our own IQAC and our own NIRF section, they are all very much keen on making us publish more papers. They have got some stipulation, 2 papers in a semester, 4 papers in a year. They are worried about the number of publication of the entire college. They would like to increase the H index of the authors of the college. Overall H index of the institution, that is their concern. So what do the staff members do? They try to do some publication in a very poor manner, in a very haste manner. It should be avoided. So there is pressure, okay. Don't yield to the pressure. Don't yield. And you have to work on it, and you have to be ethically right. If not 2 publications in a semester, at least 1 publication in a semester is possible for everybody. You can aim at it. Number 3, financial enticement to compromise integrity. Some people are offered money. Some people, when they publish their paper, when it becomes a patent, they have a feeling that if it is a utility patent, they get money. So money has become a major thing in research. If you can hit a paper in a reputed journal, the next move is applying for a patent. The next move is selling that utility patent to some international agency. So money is luring many people. So financial enticement, it becomes a major thing to involve themselves in publication misconduct. So get away from that aspect. Number 4, wish for massive curriculum vitae. So every college, every university is posting the staff members' curriculum vitae in the website. And naturally, people develop a tendency to have a very lengthy CV. In order to have a lengthy CV, they would like to publish more number of papers. In order to make more number of publications, they keep on copying from some source or clubbing some ideas or attaching themselves with some other people in the name of collaboration. And they would like to increase the number of papers. Remember, yesterday the speaker, Professor Nadarajan, told you, better to have 2 papers or 3 papers in a year. That is enough quality papers. You need not have 40 papers, 50 papers. Not at all required. The journal in which you publish a paper speaks of your quality. The paper which is available in the Scopus database or in the Web of Science database speaks of your quality. That is enough. Don't go for this massive curriculum vitae. What is the use of it when there is no quality? When there is no ethical standards, what is the use of it? Number 5, academic advancement and promotion. So you need to complete your requirements for your promotion. That is the kind of pressure. Then you have a vision well ahead. If your promotion is pending in 2027, start working now. Start working from January 2025. Work for 2 hours. You will definitely get 2 good publications within 2 years. So that is the professional standard set by international agencies. Let us rise up to the occasion. You have very much talents in you. But the problem is, you are not trying to exercise it, and you are not trying to strengthen it, and you are not trying to showcase it. When you do that, you become strong. and there is purpose in your professional career. Number 6, competition among other colleagues. When your fellow colleague is publishing 2 papers in a year, you have a pressure. You feel that you are left out and you are bypassed, and somebody is getting ahead in the career advancement, so I am lagging behind. This is a tendency. Get over it. You will have your own day. You will have your own place. Nobody can match you. There is nobody to excel you. You can excel yourself. Nobody can excel you. You believe in yourself. You have come up to this stage, up to MA level, MSc level, MCom level. And you can also do well in your PhD. You believe in yourself. Invest time for your personal growth. A research scholar should work for at least 8 to 10 hours a day. With his research, with her research. 8 to 10 hours a day. Then you become a wonderful researcher. Nobody can come near you. You will get international visibility. The 3 years period is a kind of meditation, dear young scholars, to make your ideas known to the world. When you become a true researcher, you become a wonderful teacher in the classroom. You will be a wanted teacher till your career end. You will be a wanted teacher. When you are a researcher, you have an inclination to ask or see things in a proper dimension. You will have multidimensional views. You will have acceptance. You will have criticism. You will have your own new ideas. So your teaching will be wonderful. A good researcher can become a good teacher. Vice versa. A good teacher can become a good researcher. So professional supremacy, you have a feeling that in the entire college, my H index should go up. My citations should go up. There are awards instituted by the colleges. Best Researcher Award. Those who got highest number of H index in the year will be awarded some cash award. So professional supremacy is also pressurizing you. So keep all these things under control. You need to be very cautious about it. You have to grow, but you have to grow in such a way that is acceptable, in such a way that is a very steady manner that you are proceeding. Okay, now again I stop for a minute. So I have completed my 3 objectives so far. Is there any question related to 3rd objective? So from my friends, colleagues here, you can ask me your question. I'm also watching through your chat. You can type it or send me your reactions, please. So how do you feel? Do you agree with me, or you would like to say that, sir, I cannot get away from the pressure? Okay, Dr. Rajesh Kumar. Any other reaction, please? Come on. Or you are asking me to go ahead. Give me a thumbs up so that I will proceed. Yeah. Dr. Saktivel, Dr. Geeta. Okay, thank you. Thank you, every one of you. Can I proceed with the 4th objective? Because in the 5th objective, I would like to provide you more. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let us not waste time. So my 4th objective focuses on to throw light on the consequences of publication misconduct. Every research scholar, every teacher who is very seriously involved in research should understand this. Let me go with the presentation. These are the serious consequences. So if you are caught, if you are found guilty of some publication misconduct, definitely that will be the end to your career. Your research degree will be withdrawn. Your promotion will be withdrawn. Your promotion will be stopped. and ultimately you will ruin yourself. Your entire career will be spoiled. I think some noise is coming up. Okay. So it will end up your career. Your academic achievement will be taken away. Your own degree will be taken away. So that will be a shame on you, and you will cut a sorry figure among your fellow colleagues. And the amount of time that you spend, the amount of money that you spend, everything will go away. The reputation of not only you, your own institution will be taken away. And the journal which helped you will be also put into task. They will be also penalized. They will be also given some punishment by the agencies like COPE, Committee on Publication Ethics. So there is a ripple of action which starts from you. You are the culprit. But there are so many other people, they are getting punished. So it will destroy the public trust on the researchers. Ultimately, people will not believe quality research because they will have a feeling that these are all fabricated, these are all falsified. So ultimately, public trust will be lost. Now people have a good opinion about good researchers. If there are more number of researchers if they could go on doing this kind of thing, definitely the public trust will be lost, and your own reputation, your own life will be under threat, and you will have a sense of failure throughout your life later. Okay, so now I come to the crux of my presentation. As a researcher for about 10 years, moving with some 6 PhD scholars right now with me. So I keep on telling them to be very honest, to be very systematic, to be very, very aspiring every day. So whatever I tell my scholars, I'm going to tell you right now here. In order to sensitize the young researchers here about the general and ethical requirements to avoid publication misconduct. Number 1. So you must know the principles and guidelines in order to maintain the quality, integrity, and validity. You should always aim at quality of your paper right from framing the title. Generally, I advise my young researchers who are also participants here to arrive at some 5 to 6 titles, comprehensive titles. I will give them a day. And quality starts from the title, the selection of your idea. How do you frame the title? Then the abstract will go for at least 2 to 3 revisions, if required 5 revisions. When they join with me, the research proposal will go for around 5 to 7 or 10 revisions, the research proposal, some 500 to 700 words. You need to ensure quality. And in the course, you have to maintain integrity and validity. And if the university is saying to go for 2 publications, I will advise them to go for 6 publications, 8 publications. University puts a minimum requirement, but you go for the maximum 6 or 8. What will be the benefit? That will empower you. That will make you feel more confident. When you become a research supervisor, you'll be very confident. And the ethical principles involves honesty, transparency, and accountability. So what are all they? What is honesty? When you report a particular data or methods or results, give the real thing. For example, literary research, for example, if you are writing a paper on a particular novel, read the novel at least 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. If you don't read the novel, how can you write something about a critique on the novel? How can you write something new on the novel? Impossible. Be very honest. Be very honest. You can read with the help of AI tools about the novel, but you have to read the novel. That is black and white. It's a printed book. You have to read it thoroughly 2 times, 3 times, 5 times to have a grip on the concept, to have a thorough understanding on the author. So as an honest researcher, you should not falsify, fabricate, misinterpret data. As a literary researcher, a researcher should not tell anything that I am in contact with the writer. The writer is a living author. I have emailed her. I have got reply from her. If you have done it, say so. If you have not done it, don't say like that. That is falsification. That is the fabrication. So maintain a lot of objectivity. Avoid biases in all aspects of research. Don't bring in your own understanding, your own viewpoint to the interpretation. No, that is not okay. That is subjective. In research, you need to be objective. If you are a science person, if you are a social science person, remember, don't bring anything to the experimental design or data from your own side. No. Don't bring in a biased view. So avoid people who are giving you any biased view. That will make you to be a subjective researcher, and the results of your research will not be good. Keep away from all subjectivity. Be objective and maintain a lot of integrity. If you are going for social science research, and if you are preparing a questionnaire, and you are testing that questionnaire, giving that questionnaire to a lot of people, when you say that I will not reveal the identity, this is for a research purpose, maintain it. Maintain it. Because some people, they don't want to be named. They don't want to reveal their identity. And you promise them, yes, only for research I am making use of. So that promise should be maintained. That is integrity. That is integrity. When your research supervisor is saying that your first draft is not okay, sweat a lot. Take 2 or 3 days time to revise it thoroughly. The entire first draft should be modified. If you don't do that in a very sincere manner, then you are losing integrity. On the next day, you go and submit your second draft. The same things are there. Your research supervisor knows it very well that you have not done a good job, and you are trying to cheat the supervisor. It means you are losing integrity. Don't do that. Remember, your research supervisor also studied in the school where you studied. So he is senior student. He knows you. So maintain integrity. Don't try to cheat your research supervisor at any cost. Then your research will become losing its integrity. Confidentiality. Any personal information. Take for example, if you are doing a survey research related to marketing, if you are a commerce person, you are getting some data from a company or from a customer. So when you are promising them, you have to maintain their promise. And their personal information and patient records. If you are a science person, if you are doing research in clinical area, the patient information and trade secrets, all that has to be maintained by you. You cannot make all the things publicly available to everybody, saying that this is a research paper, saying that this is my thesis. No. Certain things should not be made available. Certain things should be given to anybody upon request, upon a conditional request, because it comes under confidentiality. See, as a reviewer for an international journal in USA, certain papers come to me, When I am not happy with the data provider, I send a request to the editor again. So I need certain data from the researcher. Can you request the author to provide me the data? Then it will take 1 week to reach me. So when I have a close look at the data, again I will send it back and I will delete that particular data from my laptop in order to prove my confidentiality. With a promise, I will get it from the editor, and with again the same promise, I will send it back. Once it's verified and all the data is correct, then the questionnaire is saying the truth, then the paper can be recommended for publication. If the data is not provided, so it is not recommended. So as a researcher, maintain that confidentiality. When it is required, you can provide all that information. So as a researcher, you need to respect intellectual property. It is somebody's intellectual property. When you make use of somebody's intellectual property, you need to give them credit. I hope you know about that logo, a C, capital C with a circle. It means copyright. If you come across such things, okay, this is a copyright thing, I should not make use of it on my own. And similarly, as a researcher, you should not use any unreleased data because you got it from somewhere. Now there is a tendency among the public, even our own telephone numbers, our own mobile numbers are taken away by some telemarketers. They call us, particularly the banks, the private banks. They call and they are ready to offer us some loans. So the first question is, how did they get our number? Somehow they peep through the system. They bribe somebody. They get our numbers from the network providers, our own telephone network providers. They get lakhs numbers for 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh numbers. Imagine, they are going to mint money. But the question is, so why did people release such data to them, provide such data to them? As a researcher, keep all these things in your mind. Have some idea about open access. Open access is a great boon to all the researchers. Particularly from the year 1990, from 2001 onwards, the resources available through open access is God's plenty. So earlier, the researchers were going to libraries after libraries, moving to Hyderabad, moving to Chennai, moving to different places of our country and catching hold of somebody from the US for the research resources. Now, things are plenty, things are available in huge numbers. But when it comes to things are plenty, now there is a sluggishness among the researchers. They have a tendency that everything is available, let me use it later. No, that is not a good tendency. You need to use the resources then and there. And when it comes to attribution, you have to give attribution. So remember, open access is for everybody. In open access also, certain things are charged, certain things ask for subscriptions from the educational institutions. In such cases, you can prompt the colleges to go for a nominal subscription through the library. Certain things are free to read, download, copy, distribute. And certain things are non-commercial purpose, it is allowed. For commercial purpose, it is not allowed. As I told in the beginning, AI can be used for your own reading, not for any personal advantage, for academic purpose. There you are caught. So when it comes to open access materials, definitely this is a byproduct, because there are many journals which are open access journals. Open access is a boon actually, so that all others from the entire world can read. So open access journals came up. On the same line, predatory journals also came up. So this particular web page, dear scholars here, one of the scholars asked me, so how to keep yourself away from the AI tool? That was the question. So here is the list of resources which can be used by you in the open source, which will help you to polish your research. You can go to this link. So this PPT will be shared with you after the FDP by the organizers. So this particular link given in the slide will take you to how to find out a predatory journal, international journals. In UGC CARE website, they have a list. That's a very limited list. But you can go further. So this list will give you how to identify a predatory publisher, an international book publisher. They are predatory in nature, but they will look similar and they will mislead you. How to find it out? You can go to the particular website and you can go through the guidelines that will help you. And then with regard to citations, as a researcher, you need to be very careful about the resources which are cited in your paper. So don't do any kind of manipulation. In science and engineering, people have a tendency to cite the papers of their own friends, their own colleagues. It can be done, but in a limited manner. Since I have a friend, my friend Dr. Akbar Ali from Jamal Muhammad College is known to me for the past 20 years. And we are all good friends. So Dr. Akbar Ali is very much interested in my paper, means he can quote one or two papers, one paper in a particular paper, one citation. It's enough. He has a great liking for me. So in a single paper, Dr. Akbar Ali cannot quote for 10 times. That is the kind of manipulation. This is a publication misconduct that you do not do, that you should not do. So all the reputable journals will find it out, and it will be a very serious thing. They will not approve of it. So you need to, as a researcher, you need to refrain yourself from excessive citing of their previous work. Your own work, you can cite self-citation in one place is okay. If required, in 2 places, okay. Not more than that. Sometimes, without reading a paper, for example, another gentleman, Dr. Vijay Kumar, he is also a friend of mine from Jamal Muhammad College, who is a participant of this FDP. He is from Commerce, I suppose. So, sir would like to quote one of my papers. It's okay. It's allowed. But Dr. Vijay Kumar has to read my paper. He has to get my paper from my ResearchGate account. He has to get the paper downloaded and read the paper thoroughly, 5 pages or 10 pages. Then he can quote the paper. He can cite the paper. So without reading the paper, it is not at all good. It is citation manipulation. That will be found out by the reviewers. Remember, earlier it was only one person reviewing the paper. Now, generally, all the open access journals, they go for double blind review. If the 2 reviewers say okay, then your paper is published. If one of the 2 reviewers is not saying okay, not accepted, then your paper is rejected. It is peer reviewed. And there is a golden opportunity. Some of the reputed journals, they have a separate offer called fast track or prioritized publication. If you are in an urgent situation, you would like to go for a fast track publication, you can send them a mail request. Maybe the review process will be initiated very quickly. That will also take around 1 to 2 months. Then what will happen with the normal review? Normal review will take 3 months to 6 months. In literature, some of the journal websites, they simply say, When you try to enter the journal portal says like this: Dear author, if you would like to submit a paper for our journal, remember you need to wait for 18 months. 18 months. Only after 18 months we will reply you. We have got so many papers pending. Our own review process will take at least 1 year. So 1 year plus 6 months, so 18 months. If you are still interested, you can submit your paper. So don't be in a hurry. All journals do not provide fast track prioritized publication offer. So my advice is to go for unpaid journal. The moment you get your registration approval from university, you start your research. The moment you complete your coursework, start reading a lot of papers and forming a lot of new ideas. As I told you, try to be full of research aptitude. Look at everything with a research bent of mind. Be a 24/7 researcher. That is my advice. So I have already touched upon this. Do not involve yourself in any data fabrication, data falsification. From your observation, from your questionnaire, from your data analysis, arrive at the original data, original interpretation. Don't meddle with the equipment that you are using for all the science researchers. Do not change anything in the process. Do not omit anything. That's very, very important. For your own convenience, no. As a researcher, go for accurate and transparent reporting. That is very much liked by the journal reviewers. They will find out even a small semblance of mistake, minor cooking up will be found out by them. So this is another serious thing every research scholar should know. Redundant publication or salami publication. Salami slicing. What is salami slicing? Taking a big paper, for example, taking a big paper means from a reputed journal, taking a particular paper which runs for around 16 pages, and it was a groundbreaking, thorough research, taking that paper. And the paper is sliced into 5 small papers. And here and there, the researcher is trying to manipulate something, and that one paper is sliced into 5 papers. And now you are trying to hit one paper with one journal, another paper with another journal. This is called salami publication or salami slicing. That could be avoided. Keep in your mind, after the open access provision from 1990 onwards, majority of the researchers have become digitized. Everything is available in the machine. The moment you send the paper, the moment they feed in the paper, that sliced paper, it will show the similarity. So this is already published by one researcher from Arizona University. This is already published by one person from Germany University. One good thing is they are not reporting it to ethical bodies. They reject it. But it's a shame on us. It's a shame on us. So don't do any redundant publications. Your own research, sometimes it gets repeated in different form, in a slightly modified way, in a translated version. Some people do that. Don't do that. That is redundant publication. That comes under publication misconduct. Don't do that. Dual submissions, research scholars, you be sensitized about this. Don't go for dual submissions. You have written a paper and you are submitting it to a particular journal. Wait for the decision. Becoming restless and submitting the same paper to some other journal, it becomes unethical. it is a publication misconduct. Wait for the reviewer's review. Imagine your paper is accepted in journal 1 and journal 2 because you submitted it to 2 journals. Both have accepted because you have written a very good paper. And both are about to publish. And both have published. Imagine what will happen. Which one will you take? Or will you stop somebody? Please have a tendency in your mind to withdraw a paper if you are unable to wait for some time. Withdraw the paper from the journal. Then think of a new submission to a new journal. I hope you are getting my point. Many scholars, you are worried about your time. You are not patient enough. No, you have to be patient. Wait for the decision. Good things will happen. Don't go for dual submission. Don't go for multiple submission. It's very wrong. And publication misconduct again comes when it comes to improper author contribution or inappropriate authorship. So all authors, say for example, if there are 5 authors, 7 authors, so keep in your mind, dear colleagues, there can be any number of authors. Don't come to the conclusion that there are 5 authors, 6 authors, 12 authors, that is the limit. No. There are Scopus indexed journals which accommodate more than 150 people, 200 people for a single paper. It is allowed. It means author name alone will go for some 5 pages. Author name and their affiliation will go for some 5 pages. It is allowed because that is a wonderful research carried out by a group of people. All authors' names should be mentioned in the order of their contribution. From the conception to writing, analysis, review, proofreading, there are so many roles played by every author. Every author. So all the authors' names find a place. Sometimes, for want of selection, for want of acceptance, some researchers, you have a tendency to include a famous researcher's name. In science and engineering, in social science, it happens. If their names are included, my paper will get selected because he or she is an authority in that particular domain. So let me include that, her name or his name. So that is inappropriate. Sometimes you don't tell them also. You don't tell them that I am including your name. No, that is not good. Then this is also coming under the same gift authorship. You would like to include someone's name because you would like to give that credit to the individual. That individual has not contributed to the paper in any way. That individual does not know the title of the paper. This can be avoided. No gift authorship. If there are 3 authors, who is the first author, who is the second author, who is the third author, who is the corresponding author among the 3 authors? Generally, the corresponding authors, they are responsible for all the queries, all the timeline. So corresponding author has to be a vigilant person. It means every hour he or she should be checking the email. Certain things are asked as a quick response. Certain clarifications are asked within 1 day. If you are a person, you don't check mail very often, then don't take the role of corresponding author. Generally, all quality journals, they are asking for the submissions to be made in the journal portal. And you should be a technically very sound person to do that in a meticulous manner. If you commit a mistake, then everything will go away. You have to go for a new submission. That new submission will demand approval from the journal editor. That will put you in trouble. So among the three, generally research supervisors, they remain the corresponding author. First author position will be taken by the researcher. Maybe in the initial period, the first author may be the research supervisor. Maybe in the later period, second year and third year, you can change roles. You can be the first author, and your teacher can be your research supervisor, can be the corresponding author. So gift authorship can be avoided, and then ghost authorship. See, ghost authorship. Who is a ghost authorship? One who is not there, one who is not visible, one who has contributed in the study, analysis, experimentation, one who has done something, but somehow you don't like the individual name to be there. Take for example, you have become a senior in the research. You are in the third year, and somebody who joined very recently in the first year of the research, who has done extensive work for the particular paper, but as a senior, you don't want to name the individual in the paper. So that person enjoys ghost authorship. Remember, that person's name can be mentioned in the acknowledgement, can be included in the acknowledgement. You can acknowledge that individual. That individual has done this part, you can acknowledge. What is wrong? Then conflict of interest, if the research is meant for some financial gain, personal interest, that has to be mentioned very clearly. All reputed journals will ask for a statement whether there is any conflict of interest. Generally, we tell there is no conflict of interest. In science and engineering field, generally it occurs. If a particular drug is developed, if a particular equipment is designed, definitely that will be later used for some financial gain. So you have to make it very clear if there are any conflict of interest. So the journal will decide whether this paper can be proceeded further or not. Otherwise, they will tell that there is a conflict of interest. When they publish the paper, when the paper is available in the journal, they will tell there is a conflict of interest with regard to this paper. They will mention that. It depends on the journal's decision. So as research supervisors, so the ideas that I am going to tell hereafter will be mostly related to research supervisor and the research scholars. You need to work in a perfect alignment with each other. So the research supervisor should give adequate training from day one. Adequate training about ethical aspects, appropriate usage of words, so maintaining integrity. They should sensitize them from the day one. They have to make their scholars to understand the operative principles. And they have to make the scholars read every day, read widely, participate in seminars, discussions. Every month, at least they should take part in an online seminar. Online seminar has become a boon. So in this week alone, I'm participating in 5 online conferences every day. Yesterday, day before yesterday, today, and day after tomorrow, tomorrow evening. Imagine. At this age, I get this many kind of opportunities. At your young age, you will have. Only thing you need to find out the opportunities to make your voices heard. When you listen to people, you get plenty of ideas. And you can also share. There's joy in sharing. So scholars, you need to be studious, then you become a scholar. I quote the words of Moore. It was said in 2018, research scholars need to be encouraged and provided with opportunities to improve their writing skill. From day one, you write your progress every day. That will improve your writing. That will improve your writing. Whatever you read for about 4 to 5 hours can be written in 4 to 5 pages. When you have a close look at your own writing after 2 years, definitely there will be a tremendous change in your writing. Your writing will become scholarly. It will get polished every day. So your own papers, first draft should be written by you. research scholars with the guidance from the research supervisor. The second and third draft modifications, corrections can be carried out by the research supervisor. To arrive at a journal, you can visit this journal website. So it will give you some idea to find a journal for you. How many journals are there? So many. So in my understanding, there are around quality, reputed 50,000 journals are there. 50,000. For literature alone, we have got 1,000 plus journals. 1,000 plus. So which journal is suitable for you? That you have to find out. This website will provide you some guidance on finding out a good journal for you. And then this is again another website to go ahead with. Okay. Anonymous. Dear participant. Okay. This Think, Check, Submit. This is another open source website. You can have a look at it, and you can before you submit your paper, you have to take some 2 or 3 stages there. When you try to answer the queries there, that will suggest you. That will suggest you to go for a particular journal. So I provide all these things in order to sensitize you. And when you begin your research, definitely you should have a separate account in ResearchGate. It is free. At the moment you register for PhD, open an account in ResearchGate with your usual official mail ID. There are researchers related to your own field. You can share with them and you can collaborate with them. You can read their article and you can share your article. You can very well check in ResearchGate my name, Tamil Mani KT. If you type it, you can have a look at my. Sir?
Tamil Mani.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tamil Mani KT. You can have a look at it. Every researcher is allowed. It's free. Registration is free. The link is given here. You can collaborate with people. It's a wonderful resource provided in an open access manner. Everybody can make use of it. There are 11 best tools for researchers. Again, Ms. Jyoti, you can have a look at it. This link will take you to a proper database of abstracts where you can have a look at whether your abstract, how it is different from the abstract that is provided there. And if you are a science person, if you are a social science person, the statistical analysis tools, which are open source tools, they can be also available. You can, if you want, you can make use of them. And search tools are available, not only Google search. There are plenty of search tools for research alone. There are repositories provided by the Western universities, the American universities. The repositories have free access of research material. You can have a look at them. So this is one of the best website you can visit. And how to read a scientific article, this is primarily for science researchers. You can how to read it, because science papers will take away a lot of time. How to read it quickly. This website is providing a lot of guidelines. And it is prepared by professors from Rice University. The website link is given here. You can have a look at it. Again, this is also related to science researchers. Research for Life. This is an open source. Research for Life. For everybody's use. You can have a look at it. There are some eligible countries which can have free access. I think India comes under that. It gives access to all. You can read a scientific paper, you can publish, you can how to write a scientific paper, and the things related to intellectual property, strategies for effective writing. Okay, this is another wonderful resource, dear scholars. Academic phrase book. This will help you to improve your writing. There is a separate section, subject section. For your own subject, you can find a separate section. which will make you how to write something in a critical way, how to write something in a cautious manner, how to classify, how to list, how to compare. There are certain key sentences, model sentences are there, which will make you write like that without copying anything. Your writing will get polished every now and then. You have all these websites in your desktop readily available. Whenever you need to do something, refer all these websites. One of the websites will help you in a tremendous way. So now you have written a paper and you want to edit your own paper. See, you have got author aid. Now you are an author. You have written a paper. You want something to be edited. You want something to be revised. How to go about it? Go to this website, author aid. These are all open access. Again and again, I am repeating. It's for everybody's use. Author aid. And they have got some handouts, some worksheets. That worksheets will initially will give you some idea to how to write a proposal, how to write a paper. And after writing a proposal, writing a paper, now you can edit your own paper. Again, plagiarism without paying money to anybody, because per paper, certain people are charging around 150 rupees per paper, 300 rupees per paper. So without paying some money, you can have some preliminary check. Writing Center. This is the website. And you can have a look at it. There they explain very clearly what is plagiarism, what about common knowledge, what about paraphrasing, what is not paraphrasing, what is paraphrasing. They have clear explanations and what are the steps to avoid plagiarism. So Writing Center, you can visit. And there is another plagiarism checking tool, copying software. This is an again open source. This is from Bloomfield Media. It's a private agency, but the service is free to everybody. And Springer Nature in science publications. I think my voice is getting repeated. I don't know why. Okay. Springer Nature. Saravanan sir.
Sir, your voice is clear.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Okay. It is getting echoed for me. Okay. If it is clear, okay. Almost I'm moving towards the end. Springer Nature also providing a lot of open access. So here they speak about writing in English, writing a manuscript, and how to submit a journal article meant for science people. So citing and referencing, this is developed by Monash University, Australia. If you are doubtful about citations and referencing style, visit this website. This will make you all your doubts clarified. And this is again a private agency, cross-ref organization, and our institutions need to subscribe for it. And this will give you some idea to check our plagiarism and the library resources which can be used. And this is again online plagiarism detection tool. There are some top 20 free online plagiarism checker, because some of them will allow you to check only one page or some 500 words in a day. But there are other websites, they will completely check the plagiarism available in your paper. So far, I have been telling you about research and publication ethics. Look at the images, the inset images available there, starting from simultaneous submission, no informed consent, duplicate submission, salami slicing, without any permission providing any data, and copyright infringement, image manipulation, data fabrication, plagiarism, data falsification, authorship issues, conflict of interest, non-disclosure of safety procedure in science research. So I have been telling you this. So I particularly show this image because these are the major concerns, these are the major issues faced by the researchers right now. So I've come to the end of my presentation. So far, I have been trying to increase your awareness on research and publication ethics. I explained to you the types of publication misconduct. I told you about the reasons for publication misconduct. Be aware of it. And I also threw light on the consequences. I have not told you about retraction. Your article will be retracted from the journal, and it will be intimated to the academic community. That will be a great shame. Retraction. That is a major consequence. And number 5, I sensitized the young researchers here about general and ethical requirements to avoid publication misconduct. It comes under research and publication ethics. So I would like to, I'll be open for Q&A. Before that, I would like to thank all the participants for your patient listening. My special word of thanks to the convener, Dr. P. Narendran, the principal of Kobe Arts and Science College, and the organizing secretary, Dr. G.T. Prapavati, Kobe Arts and Science College, and all the members of the organizing committee, and in particular, Dr. S. Ponnarasu, my friend, and Dr. S. Saradakumar, another friend from today, and Dr. M. Satyapriya, who sweated a lot for conducting this FDP. I wish to thank everybody who is associated, the organizing team. It has got some 14 members. I would like to thank everybody for this wonderful coordination. Thank you very much. Now I am open for discussion.
Dr. Tanimani sir, it was a wonderful motivational session. We have given a clear warning about the problems in plagiarism for the young researchers. We hope that the researchers have gained awareness and a good understanding of the do's and don'ts in research. In particular, your encouraging words about Kobe Arts and Science College and Research and Development Cell has brought us great happiness, sir. We feel really motivated.
Okay. Yeah, you are doing a wonderful job, ma'am. So there are no exaggeration. That is true.
We feel really motivated, sir, and we'll try to conduct these type of programs at minimal cost in future also.
Thank you.
I would like to share a small survey about the participants list here. 20% of participants are from our college and another 20% of participants from a nearby district.
Okay.
And 30% of participants are from other states like Gujarat, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana and Kashmir. Among the list of participants, for a surprise, we noted that nearly 20% of participants are from Jamal Muhammad College, Trichy. It seems that Trichy is full of researchers.
Yeah, ma'am. I have a request, ma'am. Prabhavati, ma'am, I have a request. Please share the PPT with all the participants, ma'am, later.
Okay, at the end of the session, daily we are sharing the PPT as well as the recorded link is also shared.
Okay, ma'am. Very good, ma'am. Because the links are provided. The links are provided in the PPT, ma'am. That is why, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Now the floor is open for the participants.
Dear participants, I'm here to listen to you.
We started sharp at 6 o'clock and for 2 hours you have delivered the address, sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
Nearly 230 participants have attended the session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And they were all very active, ma'am. Whenever I asked them, they responded to me. That is so interesting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Dr. Kushi Singh has asked a question. If your paper gets rejected, that goes. Can we improve it and resubmit it to the same place or submit it to elsewhere? It depends on Dr. Kushi Singh. It depends on the journal's decision. Once they reject it, then they will not accept it again to be resubmitted. If the paper has some potential, definitely they will ask you to resubmit. In such cases, you can resubmit. Otherwise, better you improve the paper and you take all the cue from the reviewers' comments. Better submit it to some other reputed journal. As I told you, there are plenty of journals. Some journals, they have a standard. They will not compromise with the standard. So don't knock the door again. Better go to another door, knock at it, and they will accept it because you have corrected everything. The mistakes pointed out by the previous journal's reviewer, all things are corrected. Now the paper is again pruned, revised, it's ready. I hope I answered Dr. Kushi Singh.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, is it audible?
Audible, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Sir, I am Dr. N. Saktivel, Gobi Arts and Science College.
Yes,
Actually, we are highly grateful to you, sir, for your nice session on publication ethics and standards. Actually, your session is an eye-opening session for young researchers.
Yes.
Especially, I am a commerce man.
Okay, sir.
I published many papers in various reputed journals. But today I have learned a lot of new things about publication ethics and standards. Thank you for your wonderful session, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You should thank your colleague, sir, Dr. Ponaras, one who introduced me to you.
Yes, sir. Already, my friend Dr. Vijay Kumar from Jamal Muhammad College, he has mentioned more about you, sir, about your standards and everything.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your participation and wonderful session, sir. Thank you, sir. We keep in touch with you in future. We do more aspects in this.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Saktivel, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, one participant has asked about research gap. How to identify the research gap?
After a thorough reading of the literature which is available, you have chosen an area. In that area, you have to keep yourself abreast of what is happening in that area. When you visit ResearchGate, when you visit a lot of other websites, Google Scholar, you will have plenty of resources available. All that resources you have to read thoroughly for about 1 month or 2 months. After reading them thoroughly, now you arrive at in this domain, in this particular aspect, this one of the key element is missing. So this is the research gap that I am going to focus on. So likewise, you have to identify. For example, when mobile phones were coming up in 2000, there is no provision for screen. And somebody felt that, let me have a look at the face of the caller. So display was coming up, and then camera was coming up. So these are all the research gaps identified by people. Now phones are coming up with a voice interface. You need not touch the phone, you need not touch the button. You can say it, call so and so, it will call. Voice interface. So this voice interface is a research gap found out by some researchers. So now it has been embedded in the mobile phones. So future, there will be only voice interface. There will be no button. So all the buttons now which are available in the screen will go away. There is no need for such things. So likewise, you have to be thorough with the research already done, and from there you have to find out your own new idea that this is the research gap nobody has touched upon. So let me have a say over it. Let me research further.
Sir, excuse me.
Hello, sir. I have a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, again Saktivel from Gobi Arts College, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, Dr. Rajasekaran, sir, from VIT University, sir. He belongs to English department.
Okay.
Actually, sir has published many videos in his YouTube channel relating to research ethics and identification of research gap.
Yes,
I referred my candidates to watch those videos before entering into their research work.
Yes, sir.
Likewise,
yes, sir.
you can do. Yes, sir. My request is you please try to open YouTube channel and post all your knowledge in YouTube, sir.
Yes,
many of the scholars will get benefited. This is my request, sir. Thank you,
yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I will do that, sir. Thank you, sir. In future.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
This is Dr. M.K. Ganesan from MIT Engineering College, Trichy, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Ganesan, sir.
Sir, your session is very informative, sir. Sir, lot
Sure.
of like information with new from the basic research, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
I want to some question regarding to what are the percentage of published in Scopus journal, sir? Plagiarism.
Sir, it depends, sir. Sir, it depends. Ganesan, sir, it depends. It
Yes.
can be verified in the journal website. Their acceptance rate will be mentioned there. Some of the journals, they say 9%. Some other journals, they say 16%. It depends for the issue. Some journals, they publish annually. Some journals, they publish quarterly. It depends on the journal policy and journal's reputation. All the good journals, they go for a very minimum percentage of acceptance, below 10%.
We go to the guidelines of the journal.
Yeah, it will be clearly mentioned there, sir, about the journal and guidelines, and for authors instructions. There they will have very clearly they will mention it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your.
Yes, sir. Ganesan, sir, my advice is to go for a quality writing, sir. Then it will come under that 9%.
Yes,
it will
sir,
not
yes,
go
sir.
with the 91%, sir.
Because sometimes we are applying that journal, they have some resubmission regarding to some of these issues. So that's why we have to check that the plagiarism and all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, before you choose the journal and you have a thorough idea about the journal, you go to the archives and then you have a look at previous publications and the standard of the papers they have accepted, and try to elevate yourself to that standard so that your paper will get automatically published.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your support, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
சார் வணக்கம். உங்களுடைய உரை இன்னைக்கு பயனுள்ளதா இருந்ததுங்க சார். சார், தமிழ் லிட்ரேச்சருக்கு என்ன மாதிரியான ஜேர்னல்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு கொஞ்சம் நீங்க சொன்னீங்கன்னா நல்லா இருக்கும் சார். இன்னொன்னு என்ன அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, இப்ப தமிழ் இலக்கியத்தை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இப்ப எல்லா புக்குமே புக்ஸா வந்துருச்சு. அப்படின்னும் போது இப்ப நம்ம ஒரு பாடல் கொட்டேஷன் கொடுத்தோம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா அது பிளேஜரிசமா எடுத்துக்குதுங்க சார். அப்ப எடுத்துட்டு நம்ம கற்ற பிளேஜரிசத்துக்கு நம்ம கொடுக்குறோம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா அது 20, 30 அந்த மாதிரி காமிக்குது. ஏன்னா ஏற்கனவே அந்த பாடல் வரிகள் ஃபுல்லாமே நெட்ல இருக்கிறதுனால அது என்ன செய்யுது, எங்களுக்கு 25% அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அந்த பாடல்களை அது பிளேஜரிசமா எடுத்துக்குது தமிழை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும்.
ஓகே, அதுக்கு ஒரு தீர்வு இருக்கு மேம். அது நீங்க எங்க இருந்து கோட் பண்றீங்க?
Sir, excuse me. In the question பண்றதுனால I would like all the participants to open the video for a photo session. Participants, please unmute your camera for photo session. I request the host to take screenshots. Saravanan sir?
Yeah, yes ma'am, I will take them.
Saravanan sir, after taking photo, please post the feedback link.
Okay ma'am, okay. Yeah, yes ma'am.
Okay. Saravanan, எடுத்துட்டீங்களா?
Yeah, yes ma'am. Yeah, yes ma'am, I took the photos.
Okay. Saravanan sir. Madam, the Tamil, yeah madam. Tamil madam, one question கேட்டீங்க. ஒண்ணும் இல்ல மேடம். இப்ப நீங்க திருமூலர்ல இருந்து ஏதோ ரொம்ப எக்ஸ்டென்சிவா ஒரு 10 லைன்ல கோட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னு வச்சுங்க, திருமந்திரத்துல இருந்து கோட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. அந்த பேப்பர் பிளஜாரிசம் டூல் செக்குக்கு அனுப்பும் போது என்ன பண்ணுங்கன்னா, அந்த டூல் யாரு போட்டு அவங்க ஆபரேட் பண்றாங்களோ அவங்கள்ட்ட சொல்லிடணும், அந்த எக்ஸ்க்ளூடிங் கோட்ஸ் போட சொல்லணும். எக்ஸ்க்ளூடிங் கோட் போட்டாங்கன்னா கோட்ல இருக்கிறத மட்டும் அது வந்து எடுத்துக்காது. எடுத்துக்காது மேடம். அதுக்கு இன்னும் சில மார்க் எல்லாம் இருக்கு மேடம், சில கொட்டேஷன் மார்க்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு மேடம். முடிஞ்சுன்னா ஒரு டாக்டர் பொன்னரசுக்கு நான் அந்த சின்ன அந்த ஒரு நீங்க அந்த கோட்ஸ் எல்லாம் எப்படி மென்ஷன் பண்ணுங்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு சில அப்ரிவியேஷன்ஸ் மாதிரி இருக்கு மேம். அதை நீங்க போட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா அந்த மெஷினே அதை டிடெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு அதை எடுத்துக்காது மேடம். அதெல்லாம் வந்து ஆல்ரெடி அவைலபிள் ரிசோர்சஸ்னால எடுத்துக்காது.
சரிங்க சார். சார் அது மாதிரி தமிழுக்கு வந்து
கோபி ஆர்ட்ஸ்.
நோ சார் ஐ அம் ஃப்ரம் லேடி டோ காலேஜ் தமிழ் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் சார்.
Okay ma'am, then you can get my mail ID ma'am. I will type it in the chat box ma'am. You can have a look at it and then you send me a request mail ma'am. I will send it across ma'am. That list I will send it across.
Okay.
நீங்க அதை யூஸ் பண்ணி கொஞ்சம் அந்த plagiarism அவாய்ட் பண்ண முடியும். நான் chatல போட்டுருக்கேன் ma'am என்னோட mail ID. I have given my mail ID. Yeah ma'am.
Thank you. Participant is asking about Q4. What is the
Q4 is accepted ma'am. Initially to start with you can go for Q4 because mostly Q1 journals they are highly paid journals. There are some unpaid journals in Q4 because for maintenance or for operational purposes they ask for money around 50,000 to 75,000 to even to 2 lakhs Q1 journals they demand. Q4 is acceptable. What is wrong? From Q4 you can move on to Q3 and Q2, later to Q1. Q4 is acceptable. Scopus indexed journal, free journals, unpaid journals is acceptable. Do not worry about the impact factor in the case of English literature because there are different fields. So there may not be so many number of readers. So impact factor will be very less for Q4 journals. Do not worry about it. You have to hear your voice. You have to make your voices heard. That is the main purpose. If it is read by very few people and the impact factor is very less, no worry. Start the account. That is my advice. Mr. Parthasarathi, I hope I have answered you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for such valuable insights, sir. My question is just a general question, sir. Within the different types of research you listed in your presentation, so what type of research can be applied in literature disciplines, sir?
Qualitative research.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Descriptive research, qualitative research.
Fine, sir.
Or even ethnographic research.
Okay, so is it related to culture, sir? Ethnography?
Yeah, definitely. If you want to know more about the Nobel laureate Han Kong, it becomes a kind of ethnographic research about Korean culture, what happens in Korea, how the people lead their life in Korea. That comes under ethnographic research.
Fine, sir.
Yeah. If you are very much interested in knowing about the people of New Zealand, if you are very much interested in Australian literature, Australian culture, it becomes a kind of ethnographic research in the domain literature. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, I am Balu from Gobi Arts and Science College. Is it audible, sir?
Yes, audible, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, actually my question related to an qualitative research because I am able to get too much of information about quantitative. But when I came to the field of the qualitative research, the research analysis, the technique seems like very limited. Can you please provide your guidance? How can I improve my skill in the qualitative research? Because my PhD thesis and as well as my concept is mostly related with the qualitative. Can you please guide me where I need to start and how can I progress?
Yeah. As I told you, Mr. Bala, this is a research, qualitative research, which cannot be mathematically calculated, arrived at in visible numbers. So such things can be authenticatedly told in a way through your reading, through your quality publications, through the forum that you participated and shared your ideas. when you are trying to present your papers in real international conferences. I mean the word real international conferences. You participate in conferences conducted by international agencies like Poland, like UK, like US. There you make your presentation. When you make your presentations there, definitely there will be deliberation, there will be questions, there will be queries, there will be addition of knowledge, whether your ideas are okay, whether you have contributed really. That acceptance, that rejection, that is the disagreement, that addition will make you to think further. Definitely that will improve the quality of your work. That is how you have to move with the research community around your fellow or your peer researchers. They have to agree there. So only through participation, only through getting across your ideas, only through publication, quality research can be made to known to others, can be accountable, can be accepted. That is my observation, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
let us conclude the session, sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
May I request Dr. Parveen Sultana to proceed with vote of time?
So thank you, ma'am, Prabhati ma'am, and all others. Thank you so much.
Sir, thank you, sir. Such a wonderful session, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Saravanan. Thank you.
Dr. Parveen Sultana? Dr. Parveen Sultana, ma'am?
No worries, ma'am. You have already thanked me, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry for interruption, sir.
Sir.
My name is Rajesh Kumar
Yes,
from Sri Krishna Arts and Science College, sir. Actually,
right,
I have learned many informations from you, and it is a very wonderful session, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, you mentioned that the Q4 and what is the Q1. I know that the difference between it is only cost of the way, I think, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm already PhD completed, but now I'm going to apply for a guideship, sir. So, what is as per the university norms, whether they accepted for Q3, Q4 journals, or definitely we need to do that Q1 or Q2, sir?
Sir, for promotions, for promotions or for direct appointments in universities, some universities they have a stipulation. For example, NIT, IIT, they ask for Q1 publication. Q1 publication. Assistant professor means Q1 publications, at least 3 to 5 publications. For associate means some 6 to 8. For professor means Q1 publication, 10 publications.
Okay, sir. Okay.
For colleges, for getting research guideship, they don't worry about Q1, sir. But in Bharatidasan University, Tiruchirappalli, they've got some stipulation for H index.
Okay, sir.
So H index you can be worried about, but not be worried about Q1 journals, sir. You can get it published in Q2, Q3, Q4. You can increase your H index also.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For gateship, it is not at all required, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Sir, this is Jasmine from Nehru Memorial College, sir.
Yes, Jasmine.
A very wonderful session, sir. I gained a lot from you today. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I have a small doubt, sir. The work cited, no, sir. In the work cited nowadays, reviewers are expecting the recent study to be cited.
Yeah.
So if I write about 10 papers, can I cite the self-citation? Can I do the self-citation? Because
one or two is allowed, not more than that. First thing, Jas, why do we go for recent references means, 10 years. If you are submitting a paper in 2024, you can start your references from 2014 to 2024.
Yes, sir.
If you go to a reference, a resource which was published in 1998, it was very old. After that, within 24 years, there are a lot of new things have come up. A lot of new addition of knowledge has been taking place. So you need to be updated with the recent things.
Yes, sir.
That is why journals are very keen on references which are cited within the 10 years, not more than that.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And you can self-cite your paper in one place or two. One is okay. Two, it may not be approved by the reviewers. One is okay if it is more relevant.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for your fantastic presentation on research and publication ethics. You have given a very good awareness on the ethics that to be followed while indulging ourselves in research, sir. Your detailed insights on plagiarism, type of plagiarism, and how it masks the contact of the researcher is really thought-provoking and kindles our conscience, sir. You have insisted on quality publication rather than having more number of publication that every researcher should follow. Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of Research and Development Cell of Gobi Arts and Science College, I render my heartfelt thanks to you, sir, for your fantabulous presentation. A big thanks to all the participants for their valuable presence and active participation. Thank you, one and all. With this, today's session has come to an end. Thank you all.
Tamilmani sir, please visit our college once for offline presentation.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely, ma'am.
Thank you.
My interest and my specialization is on assessment, ma'am. Bloom's taxonomy, assessment for yeah, ma'am. That is my very much. It's my cup of tea, ma'am. If you invite me there, I'll be very happy to come and interact with our staff.
Okay, sir. We need a session on Bloom's taxonomy, sir. Definitely,
ma'am. Definitely, ma'am. I will make things clear, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, our NAC period is nearing. We are going to appear for NAC within next 6 months.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you all thank you all the participants for this wonderful opportunity. Let us meet in some other platform.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.